We have already spoken about overshadowing. This is message 9 now. But so we will not bother again to speak about it this time. But overshadowing has a lot of benefits. When you have a child that is wayward, that is rebellious, pray that God will overshadow him or her. When you have a family that is disorderly, ask God for overshadowing. When overshadowing happened to Mary, it was possible for her to conceive. Impossibilities become possible when the Holy Ghost has landed. Even for Jesus to do those miracles he did, it was because the Holy Ghost was around. Holy Ghost was around when earth was being recreated. So God said it happened. God said it happened. Now the revival has come. You better take uh, advantage of overshadowing. But I want to talk to you now as message 9 as that about discipleship, about having a discipler, having a more mature man or woman ahead of you. So I will read from the book of Luke chapter 1, verse 36. And behold, thy cousin Elizabeth, she also conceived a son in her old age. And this is the 6th month with her, who was called barren. Now, for with God, all things shall be possible. Nothing shall be impossible. Now, this is very important. Why did the angel bring it about? And it was already a reality. Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant. And then is telling this woman that, come, you also can experience the same kind of revival, the same kind of favor, the high favor that Elizabeth was experiencing. Why did the angel say that? It has been the pattern of God. He will not do anything without using men. So he will always use man. So it has been that if you want to grow really, you need somebody who's more mature than you. Joshua and Caleb were very vocal when they came from spying the land. Even Caleb was more vocal, but he didn't stay with Moses. So he did not become a leader. Elisha stayed with Elijah, and it was him they anointed. There were many people in Bible schools at that time. They did not pick any of them. Be careful about closeness to leadership. If you are not, God will bypass you. I want to plead with you for those of us who became elderly before even discovering it. Otherwise, it's better to go and stay very close to your discipler. These 12 men that Jesus made into great men, one fell away, Judas fell away, but all of them were people that stayed very close to him. It's like incubating egg. A hen will sit over her eggs, and then you don't know when life is transferred. You don't know when life is transferred. When the spirit will get into Joshua, and to be Joshua, not any other person that will replace Joshua, Moses. Please, we need people who are ahead. When it is not done, the work of God runs into trouble. Joshua did not hand over. Joshua had no man that he handed over to. So there was the book of Judges. Nothing serious about it. Even though Joshua boasted about him and his family, his house, serving the Lord, they served the Lord from afar. They did not get into this proper shaping that we call discipleship. Without it, nothing happens. Actually, Jesus came and emphasized the matter of discipleship. But it was not that it was there that we discovered it. It was discipleship that made Ruth. Naomi helped her. Naomi helped her. So we have always needed people like that. If you don't allow help from a more senior and more mature person, you won't go far. Now, Elizabeth means God's oath, God's promise, oath of God. And so there are men and women who are committed to God, who are taking oath, and they will say they are following the Lord. When you see them, they are very valuable. Your one day with them is more than coming to church for 1 year. The way they behave. So I personally, this testimony that I tell people, I know that God, I hear him many times, but even when he tells me, let's go to the office early, I do it a bit more sluggishly. But when I had a discipler and we make an appointment to meet at so time in the office, I try to keep it. I tend to respond to man more, because God, he will not punish me, he will not look at me, he will not cry, he will not shout. So maybe because of that, I don't know. But somehow it was better. When I get a rebuke from a discipler, it's more powerful It's more powerful. I want to tell you that when those who have done it ahead of us are very big instrument. Elizabeth is for you. It's waiting somewhere. I don't know where Elizabeth is. She may call you. You may come to her. You can go near a discipler. When Jesus was here, some people will come to Jesus and say, "Well, I want to follow you." But Jesus will call some people. So it can happen both ways. Timothy was called by Paul, and then he made him. Now, I want you to know that without it, you can be unmade. Without it, you can become nothing. So you need an Elizabeth. Quickly, Mary ran to the place. And it was there. I don't know what she learned. It was there. Maybe that as we were praying, that the dream came to Joseph. It was there that the whole matter was resolved. Maybe while they were there, they had done all the prayer, and then later the overshadowing happened. The success happened. Mary did not miss her marriage, did not miss her wedding. It was all right. Thank you for listening.